A frequency and percentage table is one of the most common descriptive tables used in research. Open Microsoft Word and place the cursor where you want the table to appear. Select the Insert tab and click Table. Since my example has 5 response categories and 1 total row, I will insert a table with 3 columns and 7 rows. If your variable contains more or fewer categories, adjust the number of rows accordingly. A basic frequency table usually contains 3 columns, but if your research requires additional information, such as cumulative percentage or valid percentage, you can add extra columns. Before inserting any data, type the table number above the table. Write Table 1 in bold font. Do not italicize it, underline it, or place a period after the number. APA requires tables to be numbered according to the order in which they first appear in the paper. Press Enter once after the table number and type the table title. The title should be italicized, not bold, and written in title case, which means you capitalize the major words. The title should briefly describe what the table contains. For this example, I will write frequency and percentage distribution of customer satisfaction ratings for waiting time. Now enter the column headings. In the first column, I will type waiting time rating because that is my variable. If your table reports another variable, replace this heading with your own variable name. If no suitable heading exists, APA allows you to use the heading variable. The second column will be frequency, and the third column will be percentage. According to APA 7, all column headings should be center-aligned and written in sentence case, which means only the first word and proper nouns begin with a capital letter. Now enter the data into the table. Type each category in the first column. Enter the frequencies in the second column and the percentages in the third column. Add one final row labeled total. Now let's format the table according to APA 7 guidelines. First, select the entire table. Use the same font that you used throughout the rest of your paper. APA accepts fonts such as 12-point Times New Roman, 11-point Calibri, 11-point Arial, 10-point Lucida Sans Unicode, or 11-point Georgia. Do not use a different font only for the table. Next, adjust the alignment. The heading row should remain center-aligned. In the table body, the first column, also called the stub column, should be left-aligned because it contains text categories. The remaining columns containing frequencies and percentages should normally be center-aligned. If your table contains long descriptive text in other columns, left alignment can improve readability. Now remove all unnecessary borders because APA tables use very few lines. Select the entire table. Go to the Table Design tab. Click Borders, then choose No Border. This removes every border from the table. Next, while the table is still selected, click Borders again and choose Top Border. This adds the first horizontal line across the top of the table. Now select only the heading row. Click Borders, then select Bottom Border. This creates the second horizontal line directly below the column headings. Next, select the last row of the table. Click Borders, then choose Bottom Border. This creates the final horizontal line at the bottom of the table. If your table contains a total row or another summary row, APA also allows you to separate that row from the rest of the data. Select the total row, click Borders, and choose Top Border. This places a horizontal line above the total row, making the summary easier to identify. Now adjust the spacing. The table body can be single-spaced, 1.5 spaced, or double-spaced depending on your institution or journal requirements. Whatever spacing you choose, use it consistently throughout all tables in your document. Now let's add a table note. A table note is only included when additional explanation is needed. Place the cursor immediately below the table and start the note on the next line. Type the word note. With only the word note italicized, followed immediately by a period. The explanation that follows should be written in regular font, not italics. For example, write note. Percentages were calculated using the total sample size of 200 participants. APA recognizes 3 different types of table notes. The first is the general note. This explains information that applies to the entire table, such as abbreviations, calculation methods, or the sample size. General notes always appear first. The second type is the specific note. Specific notes explain one particular row, column, or cell. They are identified using superscript lowercase letters such as A, B, or C inside the table. Below the table, write the corresponding letter followed by a period and the explanation. The third type is the probability note. This note explains statistical significance symbols, such as asterisks. Since we are creating a frequency and percentage table, our table does not require a probability note because it does not report significance tests. I am showing a separate example so you can understand how this type of note is written if you encounter it in other statistical tables. In this example, the asterisk next to service A indicates that the result is statistically significant at the 0.05 level, while the double asterisks next to service B indicate significance at the 0.01 level. The letter P is italicized because it is a statistical symbol. If your table continues onto another page, select the heading row. Go to Table Layout, choose Repeat Header Rows, and Word will automatically repeat the column headings on every new page. This makes long tables much easier to read. If your table becomes too wide to fit on a portrait page, do not reduce the font size excessively. Instead, change only that page to landscape orientation by going to Layout, selecting Orientation, and choosing Landscape. APA allows wide tables to appear in landscape format. After completing these steps, your frequency and percentage table will meet APA 7th edition formatting standards.